There are problems going on in the world today. So, with some people, that might be a surprise for them to actually realize. Believe it or not, there's 14,829 people who have died in the United States as a result of the coronavirus. And that's directly attributable. There's always more people who, for whatever reason, they weren't able to be completely diagnosed according to a certain virus or reasoning, and so therefore they don't get added into the statistics when actually they should be. So I would argue that this is probably even on the light side. But just a hair under 15,000 people to have died in just this short time from a hyped up flu. I mean, it really is just, certainly it's not a flu. Absolutely, it's not. It is a much stronger one. However, it's very similar in all of the different ways that it has come into the world, has affected people, affected countries, affected our world. The cases in the United States are 432,554 in the United States alone. I mean, I can only, I have no concept even of that many people. How many it is, I mean, it's just so astonishing. And too many people still just go around like nothing at all is going on. CNN had another article about someone who had just acted like nothing was a big deal. Went around, got the virus, died. I mean, there are now, just because of so many deaths, there are stories upon stories upon stories of people who either ignored the coronavirus or they worked despite it. And a huge shout out must go to all of the workers who have worked in the face of the coronavirus. Even to the people who have been in the grocery stores. Because there's a lady that was in the news recently, and she had decided that she would go ahead and she would stay in her grocery store and she would go ahead and work. But she caught the virus and she died. I mean, there's some sad situations. And it's ignored by an unbelievable amount of people. You have an astonishing thing from this, the man who resigned as being the, I think, Undersecretary of the Navy, something like that. The man who called the captain who had been replaced, that he called him stupid, and it ended up himself having to resign. But in order to do that trip out there, in order to make that speech that he used in order to call this guy stupid, he spent over $250,000. Over $250,000 just for transporting him out there and back in order to make this stupid speech. I mean, the audacity of people who just waste money in these kinds of fashions, it's unbelievable. Of course, the very famous one about the man who's saying about, oh, I'm doing my social distancing, I'm staying out on my yacht. I mean, the gall on the guy. because he has no concept, just absolutely no concept of morality and what life is really all about, such that he actually appeared to think that that was some kind of sacrifice. And it's just amazing. And somehow in all of this kind of laughter and glib looking at it all, it keeps on going. And I'm so concerned that just because cases appear to have plateaued in New York, the people are suddenly going to think, oh, well, let's all get ready, go back to work. Yep, sure enough, you see, Donald Trump was right. And then once we do, boom, it's going to hit again, countless unneeded deaths, because people are going to let their guards down. People are not going to keep up with the distancing. People are not going to do all the different things in order to run out the clock on this virus. And then we'll end up with second go-arounds, third go-arounds. So I understand that this virus, as strong as it is, has the ability to continue making rounds for several months. And it could absolutely be that you get round 2, round 3 of it just going away and coming back, going away and coming back. I mean, just the study about this virus is rather astonishing, just in its own self. So please, if you know somebody who's not taking things seriously, please encourage them to look at the facts, think again on what's really important, and the kind of example that they need to set to their children, to other people, and of what's expected of them as people in our society today. Thank you. Have a good day. May you be doing better than you were yesterday. Take care.